Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of the award-winning Fearless Tarot and the upcoming Tarot in Love, Consulting the Cards and Matters of the Heart, which is now available for pre-order on Amazon. And for those of you who are going to be joining me at Tarotpalooza this October, I'm so excited. If you've registered, I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be offering each of you a personalized 3-card e-reading that I'll send to your email afterwards as a special thank you. So if you all want to get a personalized reading as well, you might want to check out Tarotpalooza, which can be found on my Instagram page. And you're going to want to register using my link, the link that's on that page, in order to get the reading as well. With that housekeeping out of the way, it's time for this week's Oracle reveal. So earlier today on Instagram, I placed up a photo of 3 different animals and asked you to use your intuition and ask yourself which animal's calling to you, because that animal has your message. And the animals were the devoted dog, the skunk, and the owl. So if you are just joining me now, ask yourself, is it the dog, is it the skunk, is it the owl that's calling to you, because that animal has your message. For those of you who picked the dog, the card says honesty, faithfulness, and dependability. And dogs are loyal. And if you're attracted to dog at this time, this might be a time to work well with others, to cooperate, and also to connect. This is one of the most social animals. Dog can also teach us the lesson of unconditional love. So not just getting stuck on love with conditions or expecting that if I do this, then I'm going to get that. The dog gives freely. So this could be a time when you're really putting your best forward without an expectation of getting anything in return. First card for dog is where it's best for them to place their focus. And this week, watch it with the dog for taking on more than you can handle. The 5 of Swords can represent feeling overwhelmed or overburdened. There's just too much going on right now, and you might need to get organized in your thinking. Also, if there's like 5 different things going on right now and you're spread too thin, you might find yourself doing each of the 5 things rather in a mediocre way. Whereas if you really prioritize, you really put your focus on a main goal or maybe the main top 2 goals, and leave all that other stuff behind for right now, you're going to be much more effective and successful with the things you are focused on. 5 of Swords can also just say, get out of your feelings, get out of your emotions, and get into an organized way of thinking. What must be done logically? That's really going to help you tackle the challenge that's in front of you. The second card is advice from your inner wisdom. And there's the 8 of Wands, which is another card of feeling a bit overwhelmed. You know, events are just moving so quickly. Everything feels like it's moving so fast. You're trying to make all these preparations. And both the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Wands can really conjure up a sense of stress sometimes. So again, get organized in your thinking. You'll notice that the 8 Wands are not all in disarray. They're all like arrows. They're all parallel, shooting toward their target. There is this sense that you're really needing to put your focus on one thing right now. That's the main important priority. Maybe some of this other stuff just needs to go away for a little while, or you can return to it when you have this main focus completed. And the mythic archetype that could help you is actually Atropos, the eldest of the 3 fates. She cuts the thread. And she could tell you that this could be a time when you're cutting things out of your life that are really distracting you. You might also be cutting away from a certain path that just took so much oxygen out of the room, sucked up all of your attention in life, and now you're needing to end it, move on to this other thing, or pivot. So I just think that this is going to be a time where you don't want to create a solution by adding more things to it, or trying other techniques and piling things on. You want to simplify if you pick the dog. You want to really get down to the bare bones. The next animal we're going to go into is the skunk. And this card says effectiveness, passivity, and prudence. And skunk is confident. You know, no one messes with the skunk. He is known by reputation that you do not want to mess with the skunk. And so skunk can tell you how to show up in the world, how to use your body language, how to command respect. The skunk doesn't threaten anybody with his teeth or claws. He just has that, black and white, very stark tail that threatens the possible smell that could come later if he's upset. There is just this sense that you're really needing to maintain your power. And you also might need to step into the room and know what your worth is, know your dignity, and really walk that talk without feeling like you have to prove something to anyone else. So Skunk is all about wielding that power. And also Skunk can attract a mate. It's a master of pheromones. So this could be a time if you're working on relationships or working with other people. Look out for the signals you're setting and sending to other people. It really is going to be perceived on, and they're really going to get a sense of understanding of what you're about just by body language. First card for Skunk is where it's best to place your focus, and we got the Strength card. This is going to be a week where you want to stay strong. There's something you're struggling with, Skunk, that's like a lion. It's something that's been out of control. And what you're really needing to do is let your higher self take the lead, tame the lion. If you let that lion run loose, it's going to consume you. And for everybody, the lion's different. For some people, the lion's their fear or their ego or something in their life that's just been feeling out of control. And the Strength card is saying you do have control, but you're going to have to rein that energy in by daily good choices. Second card is advice from your inner wisdom, which is the King of Cups, and he remains anchored amidst the crashing waves. So for Skunk, this could be a time where your emotions need to be ruled, so you aren't ruled by them. The King of Cups stays stable on the stone platform above the waves. And he even has that ship behind him that's anchored. So there is this sense that you're needing to stay anchored. Your emotions are going to run on high this next week, but you can exercise self-control. And this is actually what's going to strengthen you and put you in the best position for success. And the mythic archetype that's going to actually help you is Cerberus. He is the guardian watchdog of the underworld. And the underworld is where our fears can lie. And sometimes the challenge of Cerberus is to go past that threshold and face that fear. But the underworld is also where all the treasures are grown, all the rubies and diamonds and emeralds. And this might be a time where you're really going through your own inner underworld. You're also facing something you've been afraid of, and you're moving through it anyway. And you're gaining control of it. And you're really reining in your emotions so you're not ruled by them. And you'll find the treasure. And then finally, we have the owl. And the owl says, mastery, logic, and discernment. And owl is always a symbol of wisdom. Faina has her little pet owl. So this could be a time as well to delve into your own wisdom and to trust your inner wisdom. Know that your hunches, your instincts, they're correct. They're actually leading you toward the right thing. And this might also be the time when you're required to see through the dark and to look into your motivations and the motivations of others more clearly by applying your intuition. First card for owl is where it's best to place your focus. And what I should say is where it's best not to place your focus is on your losses at this time, disappointments, perceived failures. Wasting your energy by focusing on the spilled cups right now or ruminating about something that's disappointed you or hasn't gone quite the way you wanted it to is going to rob you from actually seeing the solution. So the Five of Cups for me sometimes is a card that requires us to snap out of the going to the negative case scenario and only focusing on that. Although there may be some disappointments or losses or challenges, and we don't want to minimize that, all is not lost when this card comes up. There's still two cups standing. And if the figure were to turn around and look at the standing cups, he'd also see the bridge that leads over the troubled waters. So this is a time to focus on solutions, not on problems. Advice from your inner wisdom is actually the Three of Cups. And the three graces are the goddesses of charisma in Greek mythology. They're the charites, where we get our word character from, or charisma. And this could be a time to tap into your own charisma. There's also a sense that you're going to elevate the energy when you show up to spaces with your energy elevated. You might be able to change your circumstances or even your luck by the energy you harbor in your heart. If you're walking around like Eeyore over here and trying to effect some positive change in your life, you're going to feel disappointed. And so this might be a time when you're exuberant or you're bringing that energy up. And the mythic archetype that can help you with this is Pegasus, who flies above. He's the steed of inspiration. So this could be a time when you're transcending, you're getting out of the doldrums, and you're rising above and seeing the wisdom of perspective from on high. And that is this week's Oracle. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can check me out at elliotoracle.com and schedule a reading with me there. Otherwise, I'll see you all next week, so do take care.